Do we get the Connor McDavid statement, State of the Union, out of the way right away here for everybody here? Just his first game playing at the Bell Center, and Taylor Hall was talking about his first game here since 2011. Guys get energized to play in this building.
They do. It's a special place. Original 6 teams. The history of the organization, the building, the city is second to none, and I think players look forward to playing in this building, whether it's their first trip in or whether they played many years in the league. You know, when you're out west, you don't get to tour these places that often, and it'll be a special night. Now we need to perform properly and have a special performance in this building to have success. I think we'll face a Growly team that's going to come out very prepared.
You limited Connor to under 14 minutes last night. The game warranted and dictated that, but any challenge, you think, in terms of accelerating those minutes if the games are a little bit more competitive?
Well, if they're more competitive and closer, he's going to get 6 or 7 more minutes a night, and Taylor and Leon will get those as well. You know, we have to kill some penalties again in the third period like we did against Columbus, and there's a lot of nights this season where we've had to run those guys 21, 22 minutes. When we have the luxury of having a lead, it's nice to cut them back a little bit, takes them out of injury situations, block shots, finish checks, that type of thing. So, but everybody's important. Everybody plays key minutes and plays their role well. We have a chance to have success.
What sort of, because Zack Kassian's another storyline here, maybe just a thought on what Zack has brought to the Oilers, and are you surprised at his contributions in a top 9 role?
I'm not surprised in his contributions. We saw him playing in Vancouver an awful lot when I was in San Jose, playoff series and a lot of regular season games. I think the key for us right now is the role we have him in. You know, he's playing with a couple of guys that one can skate and shoot, the other one's a good checker, and he's not expected, nor do we put pressure on him to score 25 or 30 goals playing with our top players. He's finding his way with our team and back into the league, and I think he's done a very admirable job. He's certainly made a difference to our club, and you know, more importantly is the person, and Zack, and you know, what he's gone through personally moving forward. That's our number one goal with him, is to make sure that that he gets what he needs individually so that he can live a good, healthy life. And so far he's been tremendous with it, both hockey-wise and life-wise. I think that started here with Bergie in Montreal, getting him the help that he needed. I know that he appreciates that, and you know, we're grateful for it as well. But now it's our turn to pick that part of it up and make sure we provide him with all the support he needs.
Since you saw him in Vancouver, were you a big part of the reason why he got to Edmonton?
Well, I liked how he played there. You know, and the Sedins are tremendous players. They're very gifted, and over the years they've tried to find different players to play with them. And if you have success with them, then you know you're a real good player. And sometimes it doesn't work, and you're not considered a successful player then. And maybe Zack got into that situation. I don't know. I just thought he always played hard against us. He was responsible. He took care of his teammates. You know, he was a factor at the end of the night when we sat in the locker room or in the coach's office and reviewed the game. A lot of times we talk about Zack.
Pick up on the idea of the Bell Center again. If someone who hadn't been here asked you what it's like, what might you tell them?
Well, I was in the old forum, so I don't think I'd use the word museum, because for me that was the old forum. But this is a kind of a godly or a saintly place. You know, I remember coming here for the All-Star game in 08 or 09 or whenever it was, and it was their an anniversary. I don't know what year it was, maybe 100 years. Yeah, 100 years, and they you know, standing on the bench, and everything would go quiet, the lights would go out, and all the legends would step out from the hallways upstairs, and they'd just stand there, and it was almost eerie. The hair on your neck would stand up, and you know, to be part of that is special. But you feel a little bit when you come into the rink. Our group will be energized, I think, because of the building and the opponent, and hopefully we'll have a special performance from our locker room.
Todd, 2 games back with Connor. It seems like a switch has been flipped. Just talk what he means to you guys already.
Well, he's meant a lot from the day that we've drafted him. Obviously, he created a ton of energy in the organization. I think he led to changes occurring throughout He led to players wanting to come and participate in the Oilers organization. He's been the catalyst on the ice since he's joined our team, even early in the year when he was still feeling his way through. But the long break, Connor coming back, has energized our club, and right now he's probably 3/4 of a goal to a goal a night difference, and we needed that. We played so many tight one-goal games or empty net goal games that it's important to have that difference.
You obviously have a PR staff that handles these things, but how do you determine what's fair for Connor in terms of obviously the attention he's generating around him?
Well, our PR staff does a good job of that. The one thing I've noticed with Connor is, he never says no. We get to town and get off the bus late at night, and he's doing what he feels he needs to do. And at some point in his career, he's probably going to have to say no, or maybe tomorrow or another time. But right now, he's doing a real good job. I think he understands he's got a role as an ambassador for the game, as well as being a great player. He's had some good people in front of him that have did that, Wayne and Sid and those type of people. So he's got some mentors that he can rely on or look back on. But we also understand he's 19, probably likes to sleep and do some other things too. But he's accepted it well, and he's mature beyond his years. He really is.
You guys seem to have a lot of fun at the ice this morning. How important is it to have fun to win in this business? Because with the Canadians now, they don't have fun and they don't win.
Well,
Is it a big part of it?
I think you win and then you have fun. Like, we sure don't go out there and have fun and then think we're going to win. So it kind of one goes with the other, and I think that's the point you're trying to make. We always try and keep practice focused. We try and have a couple teaching points. We expect some good execution, but they also have to laugh at each other. They have to enjoy the moment a little bit. We'll finish with drills like that where they can, even if we're not winning, it still lightens up the mood and it gets them prepared. When they leave the rink, they should feel refreshed and ready to play the next day.
Do you see a reason why Nail Yakupov has not quite reached his offensive upside?
No, I haven't been around Yak enough. 1 year, and for most of it, Yak has been injured. He had that freak injury in Carolina, and it kept him out forever. But he's an incredibly talented young man. He's got a great shot. He skates, does a lot of things well. Trying to find his place in a lineup now, but I think that the offensive production is certainly there. We've got to get it out of him. Power plays a big spot and a big opportunity for him right now with his line mates and the guys that he plays with there. But I really think you'll see it come out of him. He's still finding his way. When you have an ankle injury and you don't skate for a month and a half, it's hard to come back.
What could be his role? Could he be a third liner, more defensive type of guy? Or
Yak?
Yeah.
I think Yak's a two-way player. I think he can provide offense. Everybody thinks because you're the #1 pick overall, you're going to score 50 goals a year. It doesn't work that way. He's a very gifted player. He understands the game, shoots well, plays a 200-foot game both ways. So we're not going to pigeonhole him just as an offensive or defensive player. We want a little bit of everything from him.
Speaking of the Habs, Todd, just given their situation, how do you prepare your guys to not go into it taking them lightly?
Well, their situation is a little better than our situation. Last time I looked, they were about 5 or 6 points ahead of us. So I don't think there should be anybody wearing white, orange, and blue tomorrow that gets comfortable by any means. And I'm counting on the leadership group in our locker room that I don't have to send that message. But it's certainly a test for us. Can we handle prosperity? We've dealt with a lot of adversity, but we've had 2 pretty good games right now where things have gone our way. Can we handle that and come out with an honest, hard effort? We're not going to worry about where Montreal is record-wise or what's happened to them. It doesn't matter to us. It's about our performance level, and expect a lot from our group tomorrow.